the edge of their seat until next week.
I have a little story about talking to yourself. And because I don't know if you know who Jean Houston is, but she's a motivational woman. But her father was John Houston, and he knew Edgar Bergen.
Yeah.
And he brought her over to visit them one day, and they were standing outside the door, and they could hear Edgar talking to Charlie McCarthy. Edgar was asking Charlie McCarthy a question, and Charlie was answering. So John Houston burst into the door. He goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm asking Charlie McCarthy a question." And he goes, "Well, why are you asking?" He goes, "Because he's smarter than I am."
I love it. And for those of you at home, Charlie McCarthy was a ventriloquist dummy.
Right.
And he was
But
a lot
smarter than
smarter.
Edgar Bergen.
No doubt about it. Even Candace said that.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. And my college psychology professor said, it's not a problem to talk to yourself. He said, you're getting into a weird area when you start answering. You might want to watch that. But other than that, you should talk to yourself. Because most of the time, it's not you talking to you. The question that's coming out is something that's coming from a completely unknown situation, and it really isn't you talking at all. Oh, thanks a lot, Chuck. Well, any final thoughts?
My only other one was like, there's a reason I love casseroles. The more things together, the better, and that includes people.
So agree with you. Everyone deserves to create a situation where they can both grow and be amazed every single day of their life. And I think that mostly happens in conversation with other human beings, regardless of who they are. That's my humble experience.
I think I just have to say, but I think the key is staying in conversation, because I think you can have amazing experiences, by yourself in nature. And you can really, maybe it's not the same, but I think you can. And I think it's just staying in conversation, whatever that is, to find that amazement.
Yeah, and while you're speaking, I'm thinking for myself that it's really cool to experience those beautiful things with nature with another human being to share.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also something to be said for being on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Like part of a fully functioning adult is to be able to have it all ways. Any last thoughts, Lisa?
I'm good. I am complete.
Mr. Ken?
No, this is very enjoyable. I learned some things.
That's why I get on here every week.
Yeah.
It's remarkable to me how little I actually know. And that's why I like to have a lot of smart people around. And thank you all for fulfilling that part of the dream. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been another hour, and we are lighting the candle, a world that works. If you found our podcast, you can find it here, or you can just Google Lighting the Candle, a world that works, and it will give you lots of different instances of podcast platforms that you can come and listen to us. And we really want you to keep thinking and sending us your energy, because this is where we draw all these really cool thoughts from. When we have a good podcast, it's because we're listening to you, the people that will be listening to this in the future. So thank you very much. And everyone have a wonderful week. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Lighting the Candle, a world that works, part of the Exvadio Podcast Network. You can catch us each week, as well as the rest of the network, at exvadio.com/podcasts, as well as the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Audible, Amazon Music, and wherever you find podcasts.